Hi everybody, this is going to be a light language healing and activation for the energies, the current energies around the build up to the full moon eclipse on Monday and the 30th, and the new moon solar eclipse around the on the 14th of December. There's so much amazing, powerful astrology at the moment. The whole of November and December feels very powerful as we're preparing to really up level. And as I sat here this morning with no clear intention of what I wanted it to be about other than a support for this process, once again divine union has come in as a major theme for this time. So it's again very much about moving away from the kind of lives we've been living and the things that we've been moving through, and really a final release of those as we shift to a whole new way of being at a new platform. So as I sat down to do this, I got into my healing space, connected up to my guides. I felt a shift at my forehead of my hara line as that popped into alignment. It's my cat magic. Oh, it's Mischief. Hello, Mischief. It's got all milk on his nose. So that's the upper level of the hara line at the upper Tantien, which is where we connect up to our higher selves, our higher multidimensional selves that know what our soul purpose is. It's where we connect to that inflow of our soul purpose. And at the same time, I felt at the lower Tantien level and at the sacral chakra an alignment coming down there. So it feels very much like we're being moved from being in old ways of being that predate us really stepping into our soul's purpose and doing what we're here to do. And I don't mean that you haven't been doing your soul's purpose. You've always been doing it, just your presence brings your soul's purpose in various ways. But there's a difference between really aligning to it and stepping into it. And what that's coming up for me, what I'm seeing around that, is there are a lot of things that you've been working through at all various different levels, based on conditioning, based on upbringing, based on genetic ancestral influences, based on soul level past life influences, multidimensional traumas that are stopping you feeling confident in stepping forward in your authenticity and truth, and having that confidence that's been coming through the last few readings of really knowing who you are and stepping into your power. And so there's a self-confidence or a self-worth or a reluctance or a feeling of, can I really do this? Will I really be received? Still kind of holding tight with one foot. I'm seeing it with one foot still attached to the lack matrix, the old version of life, the old earth grids. Even though it feels like the majority of you, like from the knee upwards, and the whole rest of your body and the other leg are in the new, are in the higher, there's still this tentativeness of really letting go of the old. So this reading is about yourself, your healing, your holding on, your ability to move forward, your confidence, your connecting to your authentic self, your power, your higher purpose, and moving into it. It's also about balancing the masculine and the feminine within yourself. And And so when I'm talking about divine masculine and divine feminine, wounded masculine and wounded feminine, you have both of them within you. And so this is relevant to yourself in terms of the wounded aspects of self and the divine aspects of self, clearing the wounded aspects to step into the divine aspects and bring them into full embodiment. But it's also about a partner, because when you have those imbalance within yourself, you do naturally vibe to then having that in the outside world as well. So when I talk about the wounded feminine masculine, you can see that as a person in your life as well as an aspect of you. And for the divine masculine and wounded masculine, you can see that as a person outside of you, but also as an aspect of yourself, and because those people are your mirrors. So that's quite a long explanation, but yes, so it started with that alignment at the lower level, the sacral level, the manifestation, the real world level, and the upper level where we bring it in from our divine aspects. So we're very much the top and the bottom, and we can see this spread as this section here. The bottom level is that lower real world level, and the upper level is that, you know, third eye level that we're connecting up to, our crown level that we're connecting up to our higher aspects. And we can see this middle level as the one that it felt like it was already in place at the thymus chest area. So you can see these as 3 points on the Hara line. Oh, it's my cat again. So at the base level, what's coming up in the world, or what we're still releasing and moving through, is our darkest fears, and they can be reflected to us from the outside world as well, in our jobs, in our connections with people, in basically it's the lack matrix. It's the old 3D world that runs mostly on logic and is not so connected to intuition and the magic that's possible when you're aligned to your higher self. So the process at the moment being brought up by the sun and moon phases, which you can, and the astrology, which you can see there around his head, around his third eye and his crown. So you've got like all the eclipses and the new moon and the full moon, etc. So what that's bringing up is it's bringing to the surface all of the wounded aspects of self. And this lower section also feels like, to me, the masculine, the wounded masculine aspect of all of us. So it's bringing those to the surface where we can see them. I like it how it's around his crown, his third eye, so we can see them and we can process them from the higher perspective, from the soul purpose level. And as we see them, we can then process them. That's taking the space, taking the time, resting, listening to yourself, processing it emotionally without judging it, understanding where it's coming from, bringing your heart love into it to allow it to be validated and understood, and just having compassion for yourself. So the next step after that, and this brings you up to the next level, is where the healing begins around that. So you've pulled back the curtains, you've looked at it, you've seen it, you've been in your cave, and the healing through the heart. And I love that actually highlights that thymus area there, the heart thymus area, which is your desire to fulfill your life's purpose. So that's coming through, and it's bringing the light in. We'll do some light language around this as well. And bringing it into the heart level, processing at the heart level, bringing the light into it, clearing it. And that is then, this is what I felt align as well, was at the sacral chakra. So this is how you relate. You bring your creativity in the world, and you also relate to others. You react or respond to others outside of you from that energy and patterning that's in that sacral chakra and the health of the sacral chakra. So we'll do some healing with that. So we've got heart and sacral, thymus, desire to fulfill life's purpose. So where this is the manifestation of the life's purpose, if you're in your fears, that's what you're manifesting. And this is the desire to fulfill the life's purpose. So it's the mid-Tantien, and so we're healing through that. If we're manifesting our fears, we're not going to be feeling like we're wanting to step into that. So this is elevating it to a higher level, to our soul's purpose, and removing the fears. And then as we clear that channel for our creativity and manifestation, and the way we relate to the world, what we attract in the world is the giving and the receiving in balance. So the giving and receiving aligns to our higher manifestations without the fears. So the giving and receiving that happens through us in the world is coming from a higher platform and from the abundance matrix. So everything is in divine flow and perfection. You're not lacking anything. You've got everything that you need, and everything feels in perfect timing and perfect alignment, aligned to your soul's purpose. Which brings us to the higher level. This feels like the balance of the masculine and feminine coming in, and you can see they're merged through the heart, they're merged through the head, they're merged all the way up, and it's masculine and feminine principles coming into balance and alignment, and bringing in co-creation, cooperation, unity, and divine love, and this is of the divine union, the divine masculine and feminine, being able to see each other clearly, work together clearly, without all of those wounded masculine and feminine aspects, taking it out of alignment. So it feels that that's what this time is really about. Over this lunar and solar eclipse period, the lunar and the solar, of course, being the masculine and the feminine aspects also, and one eclipsing the other on Monday the 30th, and the other eclipsing the other on the 14th of December. So it's all in preparation for really big astrology on the 21st of December, which is also the solstice. So really big times of balancing of the masculine and the feminine. And some light language wants to come through now and just work through those. Isachasa kapataka boko po toko chopo sokoto po toko chopo sakata po toko taka chopo sokoto po. Isachasa kapataka boko toko po toko chopo sokoto takata po sokoto po toko chopo ko. Isachasa kapataka boko topo chopo sokoto po takata kacho sokoto toko tacha boko. Isachasa kapataka boko toko chopo toko takata kacho boko. Iatakata kacho sokoto toko chopo tata kacho sokoto toko po. Isachasa kapataka boko toko po chopo koto po. Isachasa kapatoko poko toko toko chokobo so toko toka po. Isachasa kapatoko toko toka chapakataka tipo sokoto. Ikatakataka toko choko so toko bataka chopokoto so taka bataka tikipitoko poto. Isachasa kapataka toko chopo so kataka toko poto toko bataka. Ikatata sa chokobo toko bataka chopoko so taka bataka tipitoko to. Atakata sakataka toko chopaka sa taka bataka taka popo koto popo. Isachasa kataka toko toko tipata choka sapatoko poko to poto kapataka pa. Isachasa kapataka poko toko toko chapasa kata poko toko taka chapoko. Isachasa kata toko toko pitakapa. Isachasa kapataka poko toko chasoko toko chakasa kapta kopo toko chapasa kata poko toko taka. Isachasa kapataka poko toko taka chapoko so toko pataka toko taka poto. Isachasa kapataka toko taka chapakata sakapatako toko chapakata kata sakata toko po. Ikataka choboko so toko pataka topo toko pitaka choboko taka to sakataka toko popo. Isachasa kapataka taka toko so toko pataka toko poko chobaka taka pataka toko toko choboko so toko po. Isachaka taka pataka toko choboko sa taka toko pataka toko chobaka tapa sakata popo. Atako toko poto toko pataka toko tata. Ikachasa kataka patako toko tapakata toko popo. Atako atapa toko chaka potoko. Ikachaka pataka potaka sata pokoto. Ikachasa kapataka potoko pataka toko chapa sakata potoko pataka tapa. Isachasa kata potoko chapaka sataka poto chaka sataka toko pataka tapa. Isachasa kapataka potoko chapa sataka potoko chapaka sataka potoko popo. So I'm getting a lot about this card meaning the twin flames, and like reciprocation. So I'm moving away from running away in fear or anything like that. It's moving to a new level. The soul contracts on the higher shelf, as I've spoken about before, and this real balance and reciprocation, and like I'm hearing reconciliation and unity. So also this full moon is in Gemini, which is the twins. So it's about duality, and it's about opposite sides of the same coin, and it is about twins. Gemini is a twin. So I'm suspecting that this is a really this why the twin flame connection keeps coming through as a turning point at this time. Ikachosoko toko chakapatatsa takapatoko potoko popo toko chapata katoko sotoko patachaka. Isachasa kapatoko potoko toko popo toko popo toko popo toko toko popo toko popo. Isachakata poko topoko toko sotoko pataka chapoko toko popo. Ikachakapo ataka o. So again, that is a healing. So please do listen as many times as you need to, as it will go to a deeper level every time. Look after your body, rest when you need to, drink a lot of water, detox, and really if things come up, if your darkest fears come up, which they may well do as part of the astrology, but also as part of this healing, the guidance is to rest and to not judge it, not just validate your own feelings, give yourself compassion, and intend to raise it to a higher vibration of love. Let the love come through. Ikachakoto atokopo ato. Okay. And that was just saying that the new doors are opening once you've got through this process. So also if you are aware of that, that helps you to move through it. Ata o. Blessings everyone. Bye.